So, on my car.
Internal fault in transmission, also replacing front. Differential.
Like this. We're gonna start by removing my battery. So it's a 10 mil here, a 10 mil here. This is off because I was doing some warranty stuff. And loosen this off and take it out and lift out the battery. Now I'm gonna take this clip, this nut, and unscrew it there and unplug this and take the filter out, get more room. I will need to remove the computer to get my box out. So 1, 2 nuts, and a couple more 10 mils down here. To remove this plate, I'm gonna have to disconnect another computer. Maybe it's a TCM. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 nuts I took off, and I got 1, 2, 3 plugs. So I got this wire harness out of the way. I'm gonna remove this, that, and this. The orientation goes this way. So this is gonna be a little difficult. You have this line here, and down there, if you could focus, not on a bloody plug, there's that connector, and then behind we chase it, and there's another connector. Okay, so we're gonna leave that guy down there. This bloody guy that I can't get for the life of me, that guy. So I'm gonna take off this clip, this nut, and unplug the connector from the park safety neutral switch. Now it's time to take off the intake and snorkel. This is the intake. This is the snorkel. And inside there somewhere is the throttle body. All right, this air intake snorkel, I took off this hose here, goes to there. And I'm just gonna take off that clamp there. It should all come off. And I think I'm gonna leave the intake with the throttle body. All right. So there's 2, looks like 8 mils up here. And then there is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 behind the wires, 5 hiding. All right, so I disconnected the plug here. And I think I'm just gonna take off the throttle body because there's coolant lines to it, and why not? So there's just 4 long bolts. Okay, so under here, right about there, there's a 10 mil, and then there's a clamp. And don't forget about this guy. Alright, so where are you? Right there. So that's kind of holding on to this. And then under here, you got a hose still attached. My friend, I got the intake off, but check out. I wish I could deal with this problem, but maybe next time. It's hard to see, but this is where it's holding, and it goes straight to the intake. It's supposed to be a plate that covers the whole intake, but I don't have. Light. So you need that one, and then the starter. And then there's a hose connected to the starter. Yep. All right, so I moved this line out of the way. 1 starter bolt, 2 starter bolts, and that bolt sticking out is holding the top part. So we're gonna work on the middle stuff of the car, and for now, I'm gonna leave that attached. And then we'll come back up when it's up on a ladder when it's ready to come out. So that will be removed off camera. Well, inside there is the torque converter bolts. Remove both front tires. Remove the cutter pin. This locker guy, the axle nut just sits on the cutter pin. Right. And then load this up with penetrant. And the same thing on the other side. Removed sway bar link. Do the same on the other side. Remove this trim piece about halfway on both sides. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. For the trim, I have to take it all the way out. So get the mud flap off, and then 10 mil, and then the trim piece will come off. And don't forget about that one. I'm gonna remove this cup. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got 1 screw, 2 screws, clip, 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 and just a few here, and we'll be out. Okay, so we are slowly getting somewhere. So I'm gonna loosen off the tie rod bolts, hit it over here with a hammer because I don't want to damage these threads. So there's 1 clip there, there's another one there, and then there's bolt there, and then I locked the steering like so. Nope, for next time, I think I'm gonna start with that. Whatever, time to get that subframe. Looking back here, we got was light. We got this mount for the exhaust. And we have these 2 brackets, a couple 19s, get them off. I'll leave this, I'll play with it, because I don't want it to fall. I'll put it back. There, safety first. So, I'm gonna take this 18 this one and this one. Alright, so I disconnected this guy. I just have 1, 2, 3, 4, but you get the ball joints without tearing them first. And then on the floor over there. So yeah, bolts out. Chisel, just open it up. I don't know, using air hammer. I don't want to use a pickle fork because I don't want to kill the babies. Okay, now this is more of me just remembering. So I'm gonna unplug this, disconnect that, that stays there. This stays with exhaust. And then this should come down. Yeah. Also, so I don't damage this, I think I'm gonna pop it out and in the car. All right, so we're gonna disconnect this. Up here seems to be fine. This plug, this plug, this plug, this one, and this one. Never just had one of these just come off. Get this one off. And more work.